Namaste friends. Let us see some more applications of the relative velocity. Madam, please.
Question: two cars which are moving in the same direction with the
See,
same
here there are
velocity.
two cars which are moving in the same direction. The two cars are going in the same direction. Okay.
With the same velocity of 30 kilometers per hour.
So the velocity of the car is equal to 30 kilometers per hour. Both of them are going in the same speed in the same direction. Both of them are going in the same direction. The direction is also the same for both. Okay.
Are separated by a distance of 5 kilometers.
They are separated by a distance of 5 kilometers. Means the distance between the two cars is 5 kilometers. Here my dear friends, here I would like to discuss, whenever you find out the distance between any two objects, the distance must be measured from center to center. Whatever may be the case, the distance between the sun and the earth, from center to the center. So here the distance is 5 kilometers between the two cars. Okay.
A truck coming from the opposite direction.
There is a truck which is coming in from the opposite direction. Means the truck is coming in this direction. Okay.
Meets these two cars at an interval of 4 minutes.
Okay. So while it is coming, it is meeting the first car. And again it is meeting the second car. So the gap between these two is at an interval of the change in time is
4 minutes.
4 minutes is the change in time. So this truck is meeting these two cars at a time gap of 4 minutes. So this is an information given. Okay.
What is the velocity of the truck in kilometer per hour?
So here what is this velocity of the truck in kilometer per hour? This is the question which is asked. We have to solve this question. Now my dear friends, here let us see. Now the vehicles are going in that direction. While they are going with the same velocity and the distance between them is 5 kilometers, means the same distance is maintained throughout their journey. This is very important. Because they are going with the same velocity, the same 5 kilometers is maintained throughout their journey. I think now you understood. Now, this truck is crossing this first one at some time and again coming. By the time it crosses the second, this time gap is 4 minutes. This is the information given. And he is asking you to find out the velocity of the truck. Right. So here, these two are going in opposite directions. So velocity, the relative velocity, here let us take the relative velocity. The relative velocity of the truck with respect to the car. See here, the relative velocity is nothing but velocity of the truck and the velocity of the car. Relative velocity of the truck with respect to the car is nothing but velocity of the truck minus velocity of the car. So velocity of the truck minus velocity of the car gives you the relative velocity. But here you have to understand one thing. This velocity, if you take this direction as positive, if you consider this direction as positive, this direction must be taken negative because it's opposite. Otherwise, if you consider this as positive, this direction of the truck as positive, then you have to consider the direction of the car as minus, negative. Okay, let us take the second case. So, in that particular case, this becomes minus of minus. So, now that is nothing but velocity of the truck plus velocity of the car. This will be the relative velocity of the truck with respect to the car. Now my dear friends, we already know the formula that velocity is equal to distance by time. It is already a standard formula known to all of us. In this particular case, the relative velocity is also equal to the distance by time. Why we are taking the relative velocity? Both are under motion. So that's the reason why we are considering the relative velocity. Is equal to distance is nothing but 5 kilometers. Time is nothing but equal to, see, minute is, you can convert the minute into hour. 4 by 60 hours. 4 by 60 hours. Okay, let us go for a cancellation. 5 sir. So 1 by 15 hours. So the 15 will go up. 15 by 75 kilometers per hour. But already we know that the relative velocity is nothing but velocity of the truck plus velocity of the car. So that is nothing but velocity of the truck, we have to find it out. Velocity of the car is 30, it's already given to us. So that's equal to velocity of the truck is nothing but equal to 75 minus 30. So that is nothing but equal to 45 kilometers per hour. So the velocity of the truck is, the value is 45 kilometers per hour. The truck is going with the speed of 45 kilometers per hour. I think now you understood. So in this problem seems to be a bit complicated for you, but it is not complicated if you try to understand. Both the cars are going in the same direction with the same velocity, indicates that the distance maintained is the same. Now the truck is coming in the opposite direction, crosses the two cars in this time. Means crosses the two cars in this time means it is covering the distance of 5 kilometers. Now in this particular case we have to take the relative velocity equal to velocity of the truck minus velocity of the car. Just now we have seen why the reason is. So it is nothing but this. So relative velocity is equal to distance by time. The minute we have converted into hour. So finally we got the answer. That's the velocity of the truck. I think I request all of you, please don't think that if you do the problem once, you mastered. No, you have to repeatedly do this problem at least 4 or 5 times. You have to tell to your friend. You have to experience. You have to ask questions from this. Why this is taken? Why that is taken? What is the reason? You have to get convinced to yourself. Until then you shouldn't leave the problem. You have to digest this problem. Please try to digest it, try to understand it. Please see that you are doing the problem at least 2-3 times. Okay madam, next.
A cyclist goes against the direction of the wind blowing at a speed of 5 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
To a certain distance. In the return journey, he travelled double the distance in the same time along the direction of the wind. If the wind is at a standstill, what is his speed?
Okay. So my dear friends, in this particular case, yesterday we have already seen the case of the cyclist and the wind. In this particular case, once again let us see the theory part what we have discussed. For example, the wind is going in that direction, velocity of the wind, and the cyclist is also going in that direction. This is the velocity of the cyclist. In this particular case, when the wind and the cyclist are going in the same direction, the relative velocity is nothing but the sum of the two velocities, that is velocity of the cyclist and the velocity of the wind. If the wind velocity, cyclist is going like that, but the wind is going like this, the wind velocity is opposite to the direction of the cyclist. In that particular case, the relative velocity is velocity of the cyclist minus velocity of the wind. Already yesterday we have discussed about this. Madam, can you please give the
Two cars which
same
are...
problem. This problem.
A cyclist goes against the direction of the wind blowing at a speed of 5 kilometers per hour.
Okay. So the velocity of the wind is given as 5 kilometers per hour is the velocity of the wind. Okay.
To a certain distance. In the return journey, he travelled double the distance in the same time.
Okay. In the same time. Okay.
Along the direction of wind.
Okay.
If the wind is at a standstill, what is his speed?
Okay. What is the velocity of the cyclist? Okay. In this particular case, what is the author asking us, telling the information? See, the information what is given to us is velocity of the wind is given as 5 kilometers per hour. This is the direct information given. The rest of the information is not direct. Everything is indirect. Means when the cyclist is going opposite to the direction of the wind for a given time t, he is able to cover a distance equal to some x. The distance covered by the cyclist is some distance that is x. Now, in the next case, if the cyclist is cycling along the direction of the wind, in the same time is the same in both the cases. He is able to cover a distance double to that of the previous case, means 2x. He is able to cover a distance 2x. Now, the question what he is asking is, when the wind velocity stands still means when the wind velocity is 0, what is the velocity of the cyclist? This is the question asked. Okay, now let us see. velocity of the wind and velocity of the cyclist must be added together, which is nothing but equal to velocity is equal to distance by time. So that is nothing but t, 2x by t. T is the given time. This is the equation number 1. So this is the equation number 1. This is the equation number 1. Right, we got it. Now second case, relative velocity is both are in the opposite direction. So the relative velocity is vc minus vw, which is equal to distance by time. This is equation number 2. Yesterday we have seen that we have seen that this is x and this is t. These are the two variables. We want to eliminate them. To eliminate them, you can take either addition or multiplication or division or subtraction or any operation you can take. In this case also, let me go for division. I am dividing equation number 1 divided by equation number 2. Dividing equation number 1 by 2. You can write a statement. You can write it. Now when you are dividing, this term is getting cancelled. This term x by t term is getting cancelled. This term is getting cancelled. Now the next step it is. P is velocity of the cyclist plus velocity of the wind is equal to 2 into this term is going that side, cross multiplication. Velocity of the cyclist minus velocity of the. Now if you just open the bracket. So my dear friends, just we are opening the bracket. Now I can take this quantity this side and I can take this quantity that side. Similar quantities to one side. So in the next step, now these three quantities I am bringing this side. So VW already 1 is there plus this 2 comes here. So 2 VW velocity of the wind is equal to velocity of the cyclist. This when it is taken that side it becomes minus. So nothing is there means 1 is there. The coefficient 2 minus 1 is 1. So velocity of the cyclist 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So my dear friends, here we got a relation between these two quantities. That is velocity. Velocity of the cyclist is 3 times that of the velocity of the wind. But we have already given the information that velocity of the wind is 5. From this, velocity of the cyclist is 3 times of. Okay, so 5 is 15. So velocity of the wind cyclist is 15 kilometers per hour. My dear friends, now we got velocity of the cyclist separately, velocity of the wind already is given. Now it's still, when the air is still, means the air velocity is 0. When the velocity of the air is 0, velocity of the cyclist is 15 kilometers per hour. So that is the answer. When the wind velocity is 0, velocity of the cyclist is 15 kilometers per hour. Now, I think now you understood the concept what we have done. Okay, so I think the problem is completely clear. We got two equations, we divided. We have removed the two variables x and t by division, and we have done the cross multiplication. We got all the values and we have substituted the given value. We got the value of velocity of the cyclist. And when the air is still, what is the velocity of the cyclist is the question. 15 km per hour is the answer. So I think, madam, let us do the next problem. Right. Please don't think that just by seeing the problem you can never learn a problem. To learn a problem first you have to be in the problem, you have to live in the problem. You have to imagine yourself on the cycle. You have to imagine as if the wind is flowing. Better I request all the children, I think all the children know how to do the cycling. If any student doesn't know cycling, first you learn cycling. Cycling is a very important skill. I request all the children to learn the skill of cycling, learn the skill of swimming. These are all the basic skills. I request all of you to learn.
Next question. Two railway tracks are parallel to west-east direction.
Two railway tracks are parallel to
west-east direction.
West-east. So okay. This is the east direction and this is the west direction. Okay.
Along one track, train A moves with a speed of 54 kilometers per hour.
54 kilometers per hour.
From west to east.
From west to east. Okay.
While along the second track, train B moves with a speed of 90 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
From east to west.
From east to west. Okay.
Find relative velocity of B with respect to A.
Find the relative velocity of B.
With respect to A.
So velocity of B with respect to A.
Next one.
Velocity of B with respect to A. Please, I request all of you, let us not get confused. Velocity of B with respect to A. Right, okay.
Next question is that relative velocity of ground with respect to B.
Relative velocity of
Ground.
with respect to B.
Mm.
Relative velocity of B with respect to ground or ground with respect to B?
Ground with respect to B.
Okay. Good. That's all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let us try. Relative velocity of B with respect to A is nothing but velocity of B minus velocity of A. Right. Let us consider east direction as positive and west direction as negative. Now, this direction is taken negative. So, or otherwise, let us consider this direction as negative, this direction as positive. So now, this is becoming 90 minus, right? Velocity of A is minus 54. Right, okay. So now, that is nothing but equal to, 90 plus 54. 144 kilometers per hour. So this is this answer is positive, means it is in this direction, that is from east to west. This is positive, means that. And next question is velocity of the ground with respect to B. What is the meaning of that? Velocity of the ground with respect to B. What is the meaning of that? For example, you are sitting in a train which is at rest. And beside your train, another train started moving slightly. You started seeing that train as stationary object, you get a feeling as if your train is going in the opposite direction. And you will get a doubt whether now is that train going or is my train going, you will not understand. A person sitting in this train sometimes will not understand whether this is the motion of your train or the neighboring train. Then you will get a doubt. Then what you do? You start seeing a stationary object. Like in a station, there is a pole or something, a stationary object. If you feel that pole is stationary with respect to you, then you feel that okay, the thing which is moving is not our train, but the neighboring train is moving. Because you are, with respect to the pole, you are stationary. With respect to that train, you are under motion. But if the train is going in that direction, you feel as if you are going in the opposite direction. I think now you are, please try to imagine. Now, velocity of the ground minus velocity of B. Velocity of the ground is always 0 because ground is not moving. Minus this direction. In this direction, it is going with 90. So, my dear friends, we have taken this as positive. So, that is equal to minus 90 kilometers per hour. Means the fellow who is standing on the ground is feeling as if he is going in the direction of east with this speed. If he feels that, and also he feels that velocity of the B is at rest, according to him. I think now he understood. So this is a nice question. Velocity of ground with respect to B is minus 90 kilometers per hour. In our case, we have taken west as positive, east as negative. We can take vice versa also. So I think now this problem is clear.